Hi there is a special. The theme for today we're going to talk about is mass media and different types of media. Okay, let's go. What's a media? Media is a mean of communication among people. It is one of the important part of our lives. The press, the radio and television play a big role in the life of society. So what can they do? They inform, educate and entertain people. They also influence the way people look at the world and make them change their views. Mass media has many functions which can be highlighted under these headings. So the first one is culture, the second one economic development, the third one political processes, and the fourth one is social roles. So as far as you ask me, millions of people watch TV and read newspapers in their free time. Most of people cannot do without a newspaper in underground or during the lunch break. TV also dominates the life of the family most of the time. It's also a habit which is impossible to resist. Yes, believe me, it's impossible to resist. The UK has a strong tradition of public service broadcasting. It's one of the kind of facts. So, what's a newspaper? Here is a question. As far as you ask me, a newspaper is a printed publication issued on a regular basis. When reading newspapers, we learn about the latest news and other current events. First newspapers. So, what do you know about the first newspapers? Let's see the history. First newspapers appeared many years ago in Roman times. Yeah, just believe it. It was created in Roman times. At that time, they didn't look like newspapers we use or we have today. Only in the 16th century, newspapers acquired their contemporary look. First Russian newspapers appeared in the time of Peter the Great. Yes, this is one of the historical moments of our world. So, what kind of types of newspapers do you know or do we use in nowadays? So, today newspapers can be read by everyone. There are national, regional and local newspapers. There are newspapers published especially for professionals, for teenagers and even children. So, one of the types of children's newspapers are called also comics. They are with kind of pictures and some of words used. So there are newspapers which you have to pay money for and the ones you can take for free. Some newspapers are related to business, some exist for the purpose of entertainment. There are unfortunately tabloids also. And one of other types of newspapers are official newspapers. You know, official newspapers are kind of formal ones. So, some newspapers are issued twice a week, some are once a week, and others only in the morning or only in the evenings. So, these all about what I told you were about newspapers. So here is another type of mass media, the radio. Do you know what is a radio? Yes, you are right. It's a small kind of case which is always in every house. The radio is turned on most of the time, creating a background noise. You can listen to the radio doing some work about the house, reading a book or doing something else. On the radio you can hear music, news, poetry, various commentary and discussions. Radio programs attract a large audience. Why? Because you are not in need of any labor for using radio programs or for listening the radio. So, radio also brings into our homes not only entertainment but the news, cultural and educational programs. Radio is widely used in today's world. It's the quickest means of spreading news and the information. radio keeps us informed about current events. So it gives us a lot of useful information. During the 1860s, Scottish physicist James Clerk Maxwell predicted the existence of radio waves. Yes, you are right, this is the history of radio. The whole, no, but not the whole, but it's a part of radio history. If you need more, just follow me. And in 1886, German physicist Henry Rudolf Hertz demonstrated the rapid variance of electric current could be projected into space in the form of radio waves similar to those of light and heat. Yes, they used the light and heat. So in 1866, Mellon Loomis, an American dentist, another professor, successfully demonstrated wireless telegraphy. Yes, wireless telegraphy. It was a magic. Loomis was able to make a matter connected to one kite cause another one to move, marking the first known instance of wireless aerial communication. So the next one, another professor, or we can say inventor, Guglielmo Marconi, an Italian inventor, proved the feasibility of radio communication. He sent and received his first radio signal in Italy in 1895. By the 1899, he finished the first wireless signal across the English. Yes, during these 4 years, he created some magnificent invention. You know, he created this wireless signal across the English Channel and 2 years later received the letter S. Just remember, the letter S was received and it was telegraphed from England to Newfoundland. This was the first successful transatlantic radio telegraph message in 1902. The first radio broadcast was in 1906. So, this which I told you above were about the TV, about the radio history. It's a tiny part of radio history. So it's high time to begin about the television, the loveliest, the most interesting, and the gripping kind of corner of our life, and the most interesting corner of our house. So, what's a television? It's almost impossible to imagine our life without TV. Do you agree with me? Yes, I'm sure it's almost impossible, especially when you have so many kids. I'm not talking about nuclear families, but I'm talking about expanded family. It plays a great and a very important role in the life of modern men. There is practically no family that doesn't have a TV set at home. TV has a lot of channels. You may change them by using remote controls. TV keeps people informed. We can learn a lot of information. Watching TV, we can choose programs that we like. So, let's look to the back. Let's look to the history of television. Philo Farnsworth made the first television and transmitted the first image, which was a $sign made of 60 individual lines. Farnsworth filed for a patent on his work in 1927. The first TV translation happened at 22nd January. It was 1927. So, television is not only interesting for some people, but also it's the half-life of their life. Frankly speaking, we are in the most gripping part of our video. It is about the internet. Now we can't imagine our life without the internet. The internet is necessary for each person. All people use the internet on different purposes. For communicating, for searching the information, for work, for studying, for fun and entertainment, for downloading pictures or music, We can order clothes, things, furniture, we can find a work or work there. For example, designing a website, working by IT technologies. So by means of internet, it's possible to meet new friends, to communicate with them. You can find any information, learn main news. The internet was invented by the two cool boys, Robert Elliott Kahn and Winton Church in 1984. Some gripping information about the internet. Let's talk about it. So the first information about internet. Approximately 3.2 billion people use the internet nowadays. Out of these, 1.7 billion of internet users are Asians. In fact, it's estimated that approximately 200 billion emails and 3 billion Google search would have to wait for if the internet goes down for a day. The next gripping information about the internet is that internet sends approximately 204 million emails per minute, and 70% of all the emails sent are spam. 2 billion electrons are required to produce a single email. Yes, this is right. And the next information is just that it is back in 2010. It was estimated that around 247 billion emails are sent in a single day. Fast forward to 2017's statistics group called Radicati. Group estimates that around 269 billion emails are sent per day. Unfortunately, the majority of all them fall under the spam category. The world's first website is still alive and kicking. It doesn't come close to being glamorous because all that presents is text and hyperlinks, but the fact that it is still running is pretty impressive. So the next information about the internet, fascinating. I'm going to ask you about worldwide website and internet. Do you think the internet and World Wide Web are similar, or these two are all in one? I'm gonna give you a second to think about it. So let me tell you the answer myself. So they are not the same things. They are miles apart actually. The internet is a network of computers, while the World Wide Web is a bridge for accessing and sharing information across it. The next one, online dating. Online dating might sound like a dumb idea, but wait till you hear the amount of revenue it is generating. According to the latest statistics, online dating generates approximately $1 billion every year. Yeah, that's so interesting. The next information is that want a reason to be jealous of South Korea and Japan? These countries have the best internet right now because according to Akamai, the average bandwidth speed in this location is 22 megabytes per second. The last but not the least information about the internet is this, is that 2010 was the year which saw the tremendous event taking place in the age of the internet. In this year, Finland became the first country to make the internet access a legal right. So I'm not going to say you goodbye. I will tell you just until the next time. So I want you to know that we all work day and night to give you the needy information and want you all to follow this side. So see ya.